Sean Wilmot. Today we're looking at something a little bit different. Ordinarily we'd be reviewing the SUV that you see parked alongside behind me, but today we're going to be looking at what that SUV is actually running on. That's right, it's tyres. Now okay, I know what you're thinking, tyres. They're round, they're black, they're made of rubber. What's there to be said? Well, quite a bit actually, because these tyres are a brand new tyre that's come from an American company called Tyre. The Grabber GT is just new to the country, designed specifically for the new generation of high-performance SUVs, which we are seeing becoming more and more popular on our roads. From a company that's been around since 1915, which explains why we're here at this heritage location, we thought we'd like to take you out on a variety of surfaces just to see what these tyres are actually capable of doing. Overall credibility of the tyre has really come into its own on those twisty-turny roads, where quite frankly I wouldn't have been quite so confident throwing a car of this weight around on tyres other than the Grabber GTs, which have proven remarkably good at sticking to the road. So there's usually two sets of grooves through a tyre in the centre tread pattern. This is designed for water dispersion and steering control and handling. With the Grabber GT, what they've done is they've taken the two straight lines through the tread here, and normally these would be mirrored over on this side. But in this case they're not. You'll notice that these tread blocks here are angled. And there's a very good reason for that. There's two main reasons for it actually. The first one is better water dispersion, obviously. The water can channel and throws back through, and that's fine. The other reason it does though, this actually forms the harmonised tread pattern that General Tyres is so keen on promoting with this particular tyre. And what it's actually doing is these blocks are actually deflecting the sound waves that are travelling through. So instead of having just a great wall of noise travelling through these two direct channels, if you direct the channels of sound through these patterns here, it actually deflects the sound well out of the cabin's interior. What the manufacturer has actually done is to basically close up the shoulder blocks so that those big knobbly bits on the outside of the tyre are actually quite close together. And on the road, of course, you can be driving at a high speed or a low speed, it doesn't really matter, but the sound quality is always deflected away from the cabin of the vehicle, which means quieter tyres. It's quite clever, really. Big tyre companies have a big problem with finding tyres that fit every and any ute, SUV, car, etc. Well, considering that General Tyres has been around for so long, they've figured out that this is an ongoing problem, and they've managed to come up with a complete range of the most comprehensive set of tyre sizes I have seen in my life. Pretty much you've got everything from a 16-inch rim that will go all the way up to a 21 or possibly even a 22 if memory serves, and that means basically there's a tyre for every SUV on the New Zealand market through the General Tyre range. Hopefully by now I've communicated the fact that I think this Grabber GT tyre is the real deal when it comes to tyres suitable for New Zealand road conditions. But there's a few things I'd like to cover just before we leave off, and that's the new technology that General Tyre has actually included into the construction of this particular brand of tyre. Now, there are two little acronyms that I'm going to try very hard to remember. The first of which is the VAI indicator. Now this is a visual alignment indicator, and it's a very, very small little component of the tyre that's actually right here on the tyre block. If I can find one, there it is. And what it's designed to do is it's designed to detect when the tyre is out of alignment. It's a small section of rubber that sits outside on the shoulder and on the inside shoulder of the tyre, and it means that you can walk past your car, just have a look for the VAI symbol. If you can see it, your tyres are fine, no problem, no issues with alignment. Do check outside and inside shoulders, however, because if that VAI symbol gets rubbed off, it generally means that your tyres are being dragged, and that means your tyres are out of alignment. I think it's a really clever system, and frankly I'm surprised nobody else has come up with it prior to this. The second part of the technology is what they call the replacement tyre monitor system. Basically it runs across the centre tread of the tyre, and what will happen is as the tyre is wearing, if it's wearing a little bit too unevenly or a little bit too quickly, the rubber will wear away, and underneath it you will find a red lining material, and that basically tells you that there's something seriously wrong with the way the tyres are set up. So overall, in terms of sophistication, refinement, quality of ride, and above all safety, with those two technologies, the VAI and the replacement tyre monitoring system, I believe the Grabber GT is definitely the real deal. It really comes down to being a no-brainer. I mean, if you're looking at buying an SUV that's going to keep your family safe and you're going to enjoy lots of mini motoring miles, you want the best rubber you can get on the road. Looking at the Grabber GT, I reckon it's well worth consideration. Ask about it next time you're in store.